Hammer the Rock. Urgent. Listen to Foreigner. Listen to Foreigner all week. That might help. Emergency. Urgent. But I actually brought some props in for today's show. For the class. Okay, so I have a rock.
This guy's a magician.
I have a rock, and I have a hammer. Hammer the Rock. And I say hammer the Rock because what worked for the Texans Sunday in Los Angeles? Giving the ball to Nick Chubb like a battering ram and running the football. Now, look, this offensive line had a lot of problems because of all of the changes that they had to make over the course of the game Sunday in LA. But I look at it from this perspective. What does an offensive lineman really like to do more than anything? They like pass protection to a degree. They get paid to pass protect. But they want to push people back. They want to push people forward. You want to create some in-syncness with this offensive line. Give the ball to Nick Chubb or some running back and run the football. It's going to be tough to do against the Bucs on Monday because you've got Vita Vea up the middle. You've got some really good Buc defenders. But that worked for the Texans offense on Sunday. And listen, you got to build an identity somewhere. Hammer the Rock. I'm with Seth. I do think they're being coached hard behind closed doors. I think when we look at what D'Amico has been saying publicly about the defense and offense going back a year, he's going to hold the defense to a much higher standard, and he should. We're talking about a defense that has the potential to be one of the top 5 in the NFL this season. And then we see him talk about the offense, and I mean, he's coddling them a little bit. It's frustrating if you go back to last year and see him doing the same thing, but to me, this is a lot like if a parent is treating a couple of different kids, the defense is being treated like the oldest, and as my sister would probably complain about, the youngest maybe is getting a little bit off scot-free from time to time when they're not doing what they're expected to do. It's going to take time for this offense to get going this season, though, so I get why D'Amico's doing it. I think if you're a fan of this team, you're just sick of hearing the same old rhetoric about how this offense is actually looking good. I'm looking at Christian Kirk, wide receiver for the Texans. We're waiting for this offense to finally be competent or at least look a little bit better. And I think it's going to take time for the offense to get to a level where we're all pleased. I think we're all being a little spoiled right now when it comes to that. But not having a guy like Christian Kirk means who is C.J. Stroud's second most trustworthy receiver? Obviously, we know what Nico Collins is. It's tough to get him the football, though, if he's the only guy out there. Is it Dalton Schultz? After that, I really don't know who it is. Christian Kirk, conceptually, always hurt, but is when healthy, a guy that you think could get open easily and perhaps help C.J. Stroud out when he's under pressure behind that offensive line that's not so good. So for me, it's Kirk. Jadeveon Clowney is one of the better run defenders that we've seen in the NFL over the past decade. And I think considering his size, the amount of power that he was able to put into offensive linemen driving the back is something that we should give him more credit for. Instead, what Seth was saying a little bit earlier, we look at the sack totals and we act like this guy was a bust, which is a crazy thing to say. A lot of people in this market say that the guy is a bust. I have a particular affinity for Jadeveon Clowney. First off, I don't get a job in Seattle without Jadeveon Clowney getting randomly traded from the Texans to the Seattle Seahawks. Also, on top of that, my mom, for whatever reason, thinks that Jadeveon Clowney is mean. It's because she's an Eagles fan, and in multiple games against the Eagles, Nick Foles
is so wonderful, and Jadeveon just rammed him. He just really hit right into him. I didn't think it was kind, and I thought, not necessary at that point of the game.
Well, I mean, you have to intimidate the quarterback into submission, Mom.
I know, but that was over the top. And then poor Jadeveon gets a $40,000 fine, and we all were so sad for him. Ha, ha, ha.
Wow.
But
wow. The man, he's got a family.
Well, I'm sure he does, but so does Nicky. Nicky's a great guy. But now, after watching Jadeveon play in the San Francisco Seahawks game, I must say he has great skill.
Yeah, he does.
But the $40,000 fine probably taught him a lesson. I didn't see any dirty sweat.
All right, love you, Mommy.
But I do. Okay, love you too, Pony.
I'll see you for Thanksgiving.
Go Seahawks. Okay, but I know the Eagles will win anyway.
Wow.
Okay, bye, Andy.
And on top of that, Carson Wentz were hit very hard by Jadeveon Clowney. She called him mean.
What did you think about the play where Jadeveon Clowney hit Carson Wentz from behind?
Jadeveon, oh my goodness, you were naughty. You were just a naughty boy. After McDougal knocked him down, didn't quite have to bang your helmet into his helmet. I do like Jadeveon's play.
Yeah.
He was effective. I don't know whether you want to assassinate the other quarterback, but there you go.
Football's a violent game, though, Mom, as I've said before.
It is. It is, Paul. You're lucky I let you play it. But I've come to like Clown. I feel like he's my bad son. Like, he's bad, he's naughty, but I do think he's effective. He knows he crossed the line. I'd like to meet his mother. I'd like to meet his mom and see what she says. Because we like our boys to be nice and good and kind.
My co-host in Seattle brought this up with Jadeveon Clowney, who told my mother,
I'm sorry to send your guys home today. How you doing, Kitsy? It's your boy J.D. Clowney here. I just come to say, bye, Eagles, bye. Not fly, Eagles, fly. No, I'm joking.
Kitsy was a little worried or upset at last year's hit on Nick Foles.
Oh, she gonna hate me this year, probably. I'm sorry, Kitsy, but I'm just playing the game. I had no intentions to hurt him.
Any parting words for Kitsy?
Any party words? Have fun in the offseason, Kitsy. I'll see you second round.
Bye, Eagles, bye, through a microphone. I'm a big fan of Clowney because of that. I think he's a funny guy, and I hope he does well in Dallas.